forget. The Avenue of Honour stretches out past those railway gates over there, stretches off another couple of kilometres. Got another park bench here, one inscribed with mateship, and once again, lest we forget. This freeway, to create it over the top of the Avenue of Honour, they took away 73 trees, and as you can see underneath it, they replanted some of those trees as well. Just a little billboard stating that the Ballaarat Avenue of Honour is a memorial to local service personnel who volunteered to serve in World War I. The avenue commences at the Ballaarat Arch of Victory, which you saw in the first part of our vid. It extends for nearly 22 kilometres to the Weatherboard Road. It comprises 3,801 trees dedicated to the 3,744 men and 57 nurses from the district who enlisted. Each tree is accompanied by a plaque originally manufactured from gunmetal, recording the names of the people who served and tree number and unit of those servicemen and servicewomen. Now, we haven't filmed the whole extent of the... Hello! Haven't filmed the whole extent of the road. This part here, because they had to clear away the trees, what they did on the other side, I don't know if you can actually see that, but they've embossed maple leaves on the walls of the freeway. Now, all of these trees, these are only the little ones here, but there's some huge ones about. Have a little place. This is M. McGregor, 3112, 21st Battalion. Every tree has got one of those plaques as a memorial to the servicemen who served in World War I. And this is a little plaque stating the battlegrounds of World War I and the units. As you can see, the maple leaves on this side as well, but also on this side we have the battlegrounds, Anzac Cove, the militaries, the Puma. We have all the battlegrounds inscribed into this wall to commemorate all those who served in World War I, and of course all the places that they went to. Down the bottom here we've got the 13th Light Horse Regiment, 14th Infantry, 2nd and 6th to 15th Infantry. Everybody knows Gallipoli. 4th Light Horse Regiment. Around about 10% of population of Ballaarat served in World War I. And this is a fitting reminder and memorial to all those who did. Now the interesting thing about how it all started was there was a bunch of ladies from the Lucas clothing company, manufacturing company in Ballarat, who decided that they would try to fundraise to plant trees. And how they decided to fundraise was they made dolls to sell out of scrap material. And from those dolls they planted the first trees along this 22-kilometre stretch. Across the road there's Lake Ballaarat. And up here too they have some of the warships. HMA HS Kyara, HMAS Australia. And an interesting thing not to forget is the mobile vet units. Because after all, who's going to take care of the horses? A little signage for the signal corps. And one for the tunnelling guys, all the guys that did all the tunnelling. Another plaque, GL Day 3096, third DSC, whatever the DSC is. Every tree has got a plaque. Over the years some of the trees didn't make it, died of disease or whatever, and they were all being replanted. The whole 22-kilometre stretch, it's the longest avenue of honour in Australia. Can't forget the Australian Flying Corps, Australian Field Ambulances, and the Australian Casualty Clearing Stations. And I suppose another big one would be the Australian Army Pay Corps, because a lot of the soldiers sent their money home. And of course the Australian Army Postal Corps, sending their money home. And also delivering the letters to the fields, letters to the soldiers, keep them going. Sometimes that's all it was, just the letters from home. Kept their morals, I won't say high, but you know, something they look forward to. Certainly you wouldn't have high morals if you're sitting in the trenches being shot at or having to shoot at someone. It certainly would not be a nice feeling. Well, the wind's kicked up a bit, but this video is just all about sending a little bit of thanks to all those World War I and World War II sacrifice their lives, lest we forget. We're at Ballaarat Cemetery. This is the crematorium they have here. Very quiet in there today, nothing much is happening. I haven't actually been right up this top end of the cemetery, but this is an interesting little area. It's called the Book of Remembrance, so let's go and have a look.
Likes having these covered.
See if it's open. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, look at that. Ballaarat General Cemetery's Book of Memories, Remembrance.
Jesus,
I'll have to do a little bit of a research on that one, find out what that's all about, but I take it that would be remembering those who have passed here.
another one around the side.
Oh, look at this. 30th of November.
Yeah, it's around the side.
Another one dated 1st of December.
Lots of calligraphy.
There we go. So it's memories through the years of people who have died on certain days. They've been entombed here. Again, 29th of November, 28th of November. These are all for different years. Nice bit of echo. Lots of natural lighting. 27th of November. That was a good day. Nobody passed away. There was only one on the 26th of November. Okay, I've got a little brochure I just found. It says the Book of Remembrance is offered to serve as a permanent record and dignified memorial. Memorials entered are carefully inscribed by highly skilled artists and may be entered in the book under any date selected. The entries may be of 2 lines to a maximum of 10 lines. Entries with 5 or more lines may be enhanced with the inclusion of a floral emblem or of a society, organisation, sport, animal or hobby. 1 page is allocated to each day of the year and it's displayed in a protective glass case for viewing on each anniversary. And so what they actually do is they flip over every day the dates to coincide with the day that it is today. And today being the 1st of December in 1999, Dick Dulcie Jean passed away. She was born in 1926. Dick John Arrowworth, he was born in 1921. He passed away in 2001. McPherson Valda Jean was born in 1926, died in 2009. And McPherson Malcolm, 9th of February 1925 to 4th of December 2009. So every day that you come in here, the book has been flipped over to show who died on this day in whatever year. It's lovely. And as usual, Beth's got a walkabout. She can't help herself. Feeling spirit all over the place. See what she's connecting to, or what's trying to connect to her, which is usually the case. A lovely area. It's part of the big Ballaarat Cemetery, which is a huge area. During the Second World War, 1939 to 45, No. 1 Wireless Air Gunners School of the Royal Australian Air Force and the 108th Australian General Hospital were based in Ballarat. The Ballaarat, spelt B-A-L-L-A-R-A-T, as it originally was. General Cemetery contains 30 war graves of the Second World War, comprising 19 Australian Army and 11 RAF personnel. There are also 24 Australian graves of the 1914 to 1918 war, which I bet you some of those trees that we saw will have the names of those people as well. Of those 54 graves, 12 from the Second World War are grouped together in this small plot, while the remainder of burials are in various sections of the general cemetery. Some of those buried here died in air training accidents, others died in injury or illness in the military hospital. So there you go, where I'm standing now, there are 12 people from the Second World War grouped together, passed away. And this flagpole was erected to commemorate the armed services who served in the Vietnam War. So all the wars are commemorated here. And today there is no flag. Along here are again memorials to the servicemen passed away during the war years. All this area for instance, this one here is quite good. 1722 Private WA Ireland, 58th Battalion, 18th of November 1959 he passed away. So it doesn't matter whether they passed away in a war, it's just a place for servicemen's rest. This guy was aged 84. I think today we're having a commemorate the servicemen days. This stone here commemorates the Anzacs. 100 years of Anzac. The spirit lives. Between 1814 and 1818, Australia will commemorate the Anzac centenary. Well, that was a few years ago now, marking 100 years since our involvement in the First World War. The Anzac centenary provides us with an opportunity to remember not only the Anzacs who served at Gallipoli and the Western Front, but all Australian servicemen and women, including those who fought at places like Tobruk, along the Kokoda track and the Burma Railway. And we have a trunk that came from the Burma Railway. We remember all those who fought at sea and those who gave their all in fierce air battles over Europe and the Pacific. We remember the freezing mountains of Korea and the steamy jungles of Vietnam, the deserts of Iraq and the rugged terrain of Afghanistan. Also the many thousands of prisoners of war who suffered during these conflicts. We should also remember those who stayed behind, the families, friends and communities who suffered the loss of those who would never return, lest we forget. Well, that's a nice little commemorative stone there. Lovely little area. Another interesting stone too. They shall not grow old. They went with song to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Very fitting.